And good morning and welcome to the VSA Capital 5 Minute Morning Miner on Monday, the 27th of February. We're coming up to the end of February. It's only 28 days this month. And we're also coming up, of course, to PDAC. I'm heading to Toronto on Wednesday. PDAC, I suppose, is the equivalent of dancing on ice, whereas Indaba is strictly come dancing. Do you agree with that analogy, Polly?
Sure, if you like.
Well, it's going to be bloody cold out there. I think on Friday night it'll be -8. It doesn't quite have the glamour and the glitz of Indaba or the sun and the sea, shall we say. But it is hardcore mining. It's where it was always started at this time of year because it's where the miners basically go out and try and raise money ahead of the summer drill season. They come out of the winter. That's how PDAC started. So it's probably a bit more hardcore than Indaba. Anyway, turning to today's news, we've got you, Ollie, because Paul's off at the US Embassy or something. What you got for us this morning? Where do you want to kick off?
Well, I don't think covered G Silver on Friday's podcast. They had an announcement at the end of last week in relation to underground drilling at the San Ignacio mine, which is one of the newly acquired mines around Guanajuato City that came with the Great Panther transaction. It's one we visited on the site visit in October, and it's part of the sort of hub spoke system around Guanajuato itself. It doesn't have its own processing mill. They started off trucking ore to El Cubo, but now the Cata mine, the Cata mill, which is a bit closer, is now up and running as well. They're saving a bit of cost by trucking it directly to there, which is what Great Panther used to do. But this mine is probably one of the most prospective in the portfolio, and the announcement at the end of last week really highlighted that. This came from the Medellito vein, which is one of the key areas of production at the moment, where they've actually been expanding the underground workings to access more of the ore. Some of the recent drilling hit 4.92 meters at 810 grams per ton silver and 5.11 grams per ton gold. So that's 1219 grams per ton silver equivalent. And it highlights that actually you can get into some pretty thick, high grade mineralization where this vein swells. It does narrow right down to sort of a meter or so, but it has much thicker sections with good grade. So the economics here are probably going to be pretty good. And G Silver has shown previously that when they've found these areas, they can quickly bring them into the mine plan.
Yeah, look, Guanajuato Silver, we talked a lot about it. We will be meeting up with them at PDAC, obviously. It's obviously on Aquis as well as the TSX, so you can buy it in London and put it into your SIP. Not helped at the moment, with the silver price down at 20.7, which has been a bit weak recently, so that hasn't helped the share price. And one small correction there, Ollie, you did say we have visited. Actually, no, you have visited. I have never visited, unfortunately. I would like to at some stage. Anyway, moving on, what's the next up to talk about?
Well, sticking with projects with silver in them, Adriatic, the development project in Bosnia, they've had some exploration results from the Rupis part of the deposit of the Vares project. This drilling is to try and prove continuity between two zones of mineralization. So it is new mineralization that's been demonstrated here, so it will add to the life of mine. And they're now down to a 50-meter gap that they need to drill to prove that these two zones link up. So this is a polymetallic ore body with silver and lead being the primary metals. So some of the key results from today are 43 meters at 672 grams per tonne silver equivalent and 21.6% zinc equivalent, and then 34 meters at 987 grams per tonne silver equivalent and 32% zinc equivalent. Doesn't look like the exploration results have helped the share price this morning, but I suspect that that's not a reflection on the results themselves, which are obviously pretty good. I think it's probably more likely that sentiment at the moment is weak, and Adriatic is a stock that is actually pretty close to its all-time highs, which is a rarity at the moment, and it's probably just one of those RNSs which has reminded people that they've done quite well recently.
I think you're right. It's been a phenomenal performer, actually, in truth. It's in the last sort of 3 years, it's gone from below 50p to now today 164. As you say, it is off 6% today, but I think you hit the nail on the head there. It's a 500 million market cap company too, which, if you think about it, is pretty big market cap for a company at this stage. I think you can see why maybe one or two people are thinking now's the time to take some profits. So yeah, a little bit of caution there. Okay, another one.
Horizonte, the brief update there, just saying they've drawn down another tranche from their $364 million debt facility. They've reiterated again that they're on schedule. And again, that's another one. Share price has been rallying since the lows in October, and it's starting to trend towards the top of its recent trading range, but not yet breaking out. But clocking through the milestones and reiterating they're on schedule, that should be good for sentiment.
Yeah, I think what Horizonte is showing is mining how long it just takes. Obviously, we've been following now for nearly 10 years, but hopefully it will get into production and be a very valuable company in the end. Worth just commenting also, actually, something that we've been saying actually for the last 2 months, i.e. all of this year, is that lithium stocks just got too highly rated, and they took one hell of a bashing overnight in Australia. Most of the lithium stocks, they were all down sort of 4, 5, 6%, and it does feel as though that could actually go a little bit further, with a little bit more downward swing. It is something that we've been commenting about, let's say, all year. It will probably then oversell them as well, and there could be some interesting opportunities, but we're not quite there yet.
Yep, agree with that. I don't think necessarily seen anything fundamental to turn the spot price, and therefore the equity sentiment.
Yeah. Okay. Anything else you want to mention this morning, or should we call it a day there?
I think that's probably enough for today. It's fairly small news elsewhere, so that's good for now, I think.
Pretty good. We can all go and warm up. It was a bloody cold ride in this morning, wasn't it, Ollie?
It was, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Speak to you all, Paul, tomorrow. Thanks.
Cheers.